Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for this new figure unboxing and review, we're going to be looking at the Hasbro Pulse exclusive. This is Legacy United's Fractured Friendships 2-pack. So in this video, we're going to be concentrating on Security Officer Orion Pax. Gladiator Megatron is going to have his own video. So we're going to have a quick look at him in both of his modes. We're going to do some comparisons with the original owners of the mold, some other Optimus Prime figures, and a whole other lot of figures from the Generations toy line to give you an idea of the size of these guys. Now, first and foremost, we've obviously got to look at the packaging because it is beautiful. I didn't even realize that it was a wraparound cover there, which it is. There, of course, is Megatron's other accessory. It looks like he's left a wake of destruction around there. Nice. I'm liking this. I love the fact that they really go into town with the beautiful artwork on these boxes. Now, it just makes it harder and harder to throw them away. Right, so of course we are familiar with this mold especially, but this one we're going to be looking at today looks to be a huge improvement to that Gamer edition, which again I've got, and we'll do loads of comparisons as well. So just quickly open that and let's have a look at them. So there we go. Now, do you know what, I wasn't too sure how they were going to be packaged. I'm quite surprised to see them in robot mode maybe, but they do look huge. They look absolutely massive. I'm hoping that that's his accessories. What I'm going to do is set him free from there, then we're going to do some first impressions, then alternate mode, then back for the comparisons. Okay then, so I've set him free from the packaging. We're going to do some first impressions, but first I need to let you know that I was wrong, that in the accessory bag on this side there was Megatron's sword, his hammer, and Orion Pax's gun, but then you needed to open the bag on the other side, which again does have a lot of Megatron accessories, but of course it also has his two little forearm blasters as well. So you need to open both bags, which you probably will anyhow, let's be honest, but you never know. Some people might be buying this pack and have no interest in the Megatron mold, again hence why I'm doing this in two particular videos, and then they might want to sell it on, but you are going to have to open both sides of the accessories. So that's going to go there, and I'm already really impressed with how this figure looks. I think the color scheme looks great, and I think as well it looks huge. So a lot of the gaps are indeed filled in, which is, I suppose, let's be honest, that's what you'd expect. It is a Voyager class figure. Let's bring him up close. The articulation on the head is brilliant. That's starting to look very much Generation 1 Optimus Prime sort of a look, rather than some of the other earlier like Orion Pax sort of mold, where the head sculpt is of course quite different. So I'm liking that. Articulation in the shoulders will go all the way out to do that T. They will go all the way around completely unrestricted. There is a swivel at the bicep, there is a flex at the bicep, and the wrists do swivel as well. There's of course no ab crunch in that at all. That's just for, I think, transformation or for moving. Yeah, that's just the hips moving. The legs though will kick way past that point of horizontal. How far back will they go as well? Is that restricted? I'm just trying to work out. It could just be that it's brand new, that it's that it's stiff, but it could just be that it's restricted. No, so it won't go. You can get the sort of splits, but he's got to be leaning into them. It'll kick much further forward than what he will kick backwards. Out to the side, again, you can go past the point of horizontal. So if you wanted to, you could do that. There is a thigh swivel there, there's a knee bend, there's an ankle tilt, rock, etc. It looks great, it really does. There in here there should be, yep, there you go, there is the matrix inside his chest. I just wish they'd have coloured in the back of this just to make the matrix stand out a little more. Can he hold it, or is it going to be one of them? Oh, it's the same as, is it? I don't even think. I'll have a look. I'll have to check the instructions. I'm not even sure he can hold that, which is a bit of a, I suppose that's obviously another negative point, but this is just first impressions. I've just got him out of the box. I've seen no other reviews on this guy, and this might not even be how he ends up in robot mode, but there you go, guys. First impressions, liking it, as I say, all these homages here to what we now know, of course, as Generation 1 Optimus Prime. These are actually silver as well. They're not grey. They're not chrome, unfortunately, but they are silver. And yeah, first impressions, he looks great. We're going to come back, have a look at him in his alternate mode, and then we'll get him back in robot mode, check out his other accessories and do the comparisons as well. Okay guys, we're back, and he's into, to be honest, this is an enormous alternate mode. I said that with the Gamer edition, It's absolutely massive. Now, I don't know if I'm more of a fan of these blue windows or not compared to the other. I'm going to bring that in a second. The obvious major massive improvement is this on the back. The fact that, of course, we now don't have these gaping holes with the fists. And, you know, as I say, I'm brutally honest in pretty much all of my reviews. This for a Voyager, there wasn't really, you know, much excuse for that. But with this, they've managed to completely rectify that. And it is bigger. I thought it was bigger. It's only fractionally bigger, like literally just a nose bigger. But what I do really like about it is just how different it is at the same time. So yeah, quite similar transformation processes. You've probably seen I've uploaded this one separately already, and you may have already watched it. You can move these up a little bit if you want, but in the instructions it does say to have them flat. If you take them up any further, it will pop them off there, so be aware of that. You then of course can add these. So if you've got these on the forearms, which I did initially, you'll quickly learn that you need to take them off to get all the arms. I think, yeah, you'd perhaps need them to get them together on the transformation process. And then this of course will fit into the back as well. So, you know, completely different blue as well. I didn't realize just how different it was, in all honesty. So wheels look pretty much the same apart from the paint, obviously. Sides completely different, back completely different. Yeah, it's obviously it comes from the same mold, but it's more than different enough for my liking. I wish we'd have got a giant sort of axe though with this, because I really do like that. I think that's one of the standout things from that particular figure. Right, some Generation 1. It's a bit of a mixture between these two. It's a bit of a mixture between the Diaclone colours and the original Optimus Prime, which you can sort of see there. Then, of course, if we can bring in, where's he gone? There is the Earthrise. So, again, that's a big Voyager, but this is much bigger. Although I've not unboxed him yet, I will do the proper new figure in a second, but that is I think the first use of the mold. So these are, as I say, these are quite big Voyager class figures, and they're gonna look great together, even though, yeah, we know this has had far too many uses, far too many redecos. But the thing is, you know, we keep buying them, so it's good. Same as this is another large Voyager class figure. So some of the Voyager class figures I think are really big. I think one of the smallest ones is this, which we'll see again in more detail when we get to the robot mode. But I like this alternate mode. It surprised me in hand how different it is to the Gamer Edition. The wheels do go still all the way around by themselves. Everything is tucked away much neater due to the fact that we've got these additional bits, which of course do house the fists and the arms and everything away. It's much more compact. It is much more tidy. And exactly that. And the only other thing is, perhaps I'm being over pedantic, is there's no real space that I can see to add any more. There's no 5mm ports, etc. But this might work. Yep, there you go. So it's still Blastport compatible, which is great. So you can add some more effects for them people who love to do photos way better than me. Not much more to say about that, guys. I think it's great, in all honesty. Let's get him back into his robot mode and do a load of the comparisons then. Okay, we're back for the final time with him in his robot mode, and this is of course the way that I'm going to be displaying him. So we've got these twin blasters which you can put on the forearms, but because they've got the 5mm pegs on, you can of course attach them in his hands. We can have one on each hand. You can also put the large blaster in the one hand as well. Now they both look to be completely blast effect compatible. Yep, we know that is because of course we saw that in the alternate mode, and these may be that as well. Now what you won't have seen is it's not an outtake, it's a whole retake I had to do of this because I wanted to check, which I did. And again, I do most of my things like watching other videos, so the arm can come off, and then I struggled for a couple of minutes before realizing that there was absolutely no way for you to attach that. However, because we've got the other Gamer one, you can attach the other if you wanted to, but obviously because this is, I suppose, a different toy line and it's not really a gimmick that they are looking to do, but if you wanted to know, you can. Yeah, you can still detach the forearm if you wanted to, but as I say, it doesn't look like it's supposed to at all because there's no way to attach this gun. These will attach, as I say, these side blasters on the forearms, and there's really nowhere else for it to go, guys. I've had a quick check. I tried popping them in there. They don't fit in there. But yeah, again, liking it, really liking the colour, and I'm also liking the fact that they've done a sort of, I don't know if anybody's noticed or even said this yet. So this reminds me very much, of course, of the original figure, but the Toys R Us version. which had the yellow in the bits there in and around the midsection. Now the reason why I say that is, of course, because if you remember that the original version, which was this, which had the pink bits in the middle, then of course the gamer edition had the pink as well. So I like the fact that we've got this brilliant little homage going on here to both. To be honest, I like the fact that they've done that. Whether or not it was intentional, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else has picked up on that. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't, but I like the fact that they've done it. It's really good. And also, as I say, I'm loving the fact that his head is becoming more of the G1 sort of Optimus Prime, I suppose, what we're used to seeing. So again, huge improvements, well, huge size improvements on the originals. To be honest, the originals are so good, and I can't wait to do a full review on these just to show you that. But I also think as well an improvement with regards to these two. Obviously he's much taller, which is good for this. He does have a bit more back kibble though. You see the kibble on the back is much bigger here. I think it's handled slightly better that way. The things on the back with the wheels, etc., are all the same, but obviously the most important thing for me was the alternate mode, being able to cover up them feet. So as I say, matrix chamber's still open. Let's have a quick look at this one. I want to see if it's the same, as in with regards, is there anything inside it? That one, see, that one's got a painted background, so I'm just going to have to retract what I've just said. This would have been way better if it had had that painted back. I think they could have just put some different paint apps there to make that look even better, shall we say. Right, let's bring in a few other Optimus Primes. I'm not going to bore you with loads of them because there's just too many to go through, to be honest. So let's go with some recent-ish ones. There, of course, is Earthrise, but it's the Netflix version. Here, of course, is the Reactivate one. Whether we'll ever see the game or not is still something, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we ever will, let's be honest. Right, let's move all these around. I've got no space on this, obviously. There is the little deluxe version of Orion Pax. There is a, well, that's the missing link rather than, but it is still Generation 1. Obviously, I'm going to bring this guy in, but when you'll have to wait, I suppose, more for the Megatron, what's I'm on about, the Megatron video, to see the actual new, oh, this has come out, there you go. I'm bringing in the minor Megatron just to see how they look together, but I'll have both of them together in the Megatron video, because I know lots of people, to be fair, are sick of the Megatron mold, so I've got to give you something to worthwhile waiting to see them together. They look good though. Again, I keep reiterating, they're Voyager class. I like the fact that they are big for Voyager class figures. They do tower over some of the deluxe figures, which they should do. I completely agree that they should do. To be honest, I really don't think there's much more to say about these. Again, obviously we know that they're used molds already. This one's heavily retooled, looks really good for it. What else? I said I'd bring him in, didn't I? So I might as well bring in Prime Universe Breakdown. That's another figure there. I've got a few lying around, actually, to be fair. There's Dino King from G1, perhaps the world's smallest combiner. There's your deluxe Bumblebee from Studio Series 86. And to be honest, guys, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We've got a gist of what he looks like. Again, the transformation process is separate loaded. You can see that it is slightly different. So things, if I want to be really nitpicky, I would have rather have had the chest cavity painted inside, and if you'd have had something like this ridiculously good axe, I'd have liked that as well. But there you go. That is the Prime from your, well, it's the Orion Pax, isn't it, from your Fractured Friendships twin pack. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, of course, keep your eye out for the Megatron one, which is coming up very soon as well.